It's Henry the Weeder Man. I got a Stihl MS 194T, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take brake cleaner and I'm going to clean this bearing that rides on the crank, and then also the piston bearing. I'm going to take care of that too, and I'm going to wash any old grease, oil, junk. I'm going to make sure there's no foreign bodies in it. Give me 1 second. I use this a general parts cleaner, brake cleaner. It doesn't have any residue. You careful your eyes, wear safety glasses. This stuff's pretty strong. Make sure you're doing a well ventilated area. But I'm going to get all that old stuff out of there. All right, I want to make sure these bearings are clean, really, really clean. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to check this bearing by putting the pin back in, the wrist pin for the piston. And I got no slop. It rolls, no slop. I'm going to check the bearing on the crank because I'm going to reuse this. But I want to make sure everything's good. I got that clean. Now remember, I cleaned out all the lubricant in there, right? So there's no oil, there's no nothing in there. So I've seen people use grease. I've been using this for years. So I'm going to use Ultra Slick. I'll put Ultra Slick into this bearing. I'll put Ultra Slick down in, when I go to reassemble, down in this bearing on the crank. I'll Ultra Slick the other bearings and the seals. And using Ultra Slick, stuff slides back on. It's engine assembly lubricant that I use. I've been using it for years. So that's what I recommend. I've seen people use grease and stuff, but I like the Permatex Ultra Slick. That way, when you go to start it up for the first time, it allows the oil to be separated from the fuel and to lubricate the way it's supposed to. And it burns off nice and clean. And you don't have any remnants of Ultra Slick. So unlike grease, I'm just not an axle grease type guy. Never have been. So Ultra Slick, or I've used the two cycle oil. Try to keep any foreign contaminants down as possible. That's what I'm doing. So I'm getting ready to put this back. I already pulled the piston off. That's not hard. Pulled the circ clips, took it off. This piston shot, punched a hole through it. I'm going to have a video on how to do some of these engines if you don't have a piston stop. On these 194s and 193, see, I used a piston stop because I wasn't worried about it because it was already damaged. I just needed to get the clutch off. But the angle that this spark plug comes in, and we'll talk about that later on another one. The angle the spark plug come in, punched a hole in it. We're going to talk about it, and I have a trick I'm going to show you. I don't know if anybody's ever done this, but I'll show you what I can do or what you can do. All right, Henry the Weeder Man out.